Hello everybody, welcome back to another video where today, well, it's going to be an interesting one. You probably noticed the disclaimers at the beginning of the video, and that's because I am talking about a YouTuber named The Bike. I went down a rabbit hole, not the worst rabbit hole I've ever seen, but there certainly is some questionable content. But before I talk about him, this is actually the first video I am making from my list of ideas. If you have ideas for future videos, comment them down below. But with the intro out of the way, let's talk about this YouTuber. The Bike is a YouTube channel who mainly focuses on Doki Doki Literature Club content. The description for the channel is, I'm that guy that sometimes makes DDLC videos and maybe some other stuff every once in a while. Now, the description I would have put for this channel would be, I'm the guy who sometimes makes DDLC videos while really high, and maybe some other stuff every once in a while. Why do I say this? I'm gonna read to you a few lines from the video known as Natsuki's Very Special Cupcakes. They read, "They're gone. They're gone and I can't go with them. I can't die when that's all I want to do. I'll never be with them." Sayori sits in the classroom for a very long time, staring off into space. An incredible amount of time passes. Buildings collapse from decay. Minutes become hours, become days, become weeks, become months, become years, become decades, become centuries, become millennia. Achievement unlocked. How did we get here? Well, let's talk about that video specifically, and try to figure out what the hell happened. Alright, before I talk about this video, I should probably give some backstory on how I found it. I was scrolling through YouTube, about 10 PM. A video catches my attention. It was a video by a small YouTuber named Spaghetto. I clicked on it, and what I saw, I don't think I could give justice. If you like DDLC content though, I'm not the supplier. So I suggest heading over to this channel if you like it. Alright, now, Natsuki's Very Special Cupcakes. The video starts out with Monika announcing to Sayori and Yuri that she is proud of the progress that they made in the club. As a reward for making so much progress, Monika asks Natsuki to bake something and bring it to the club meeting. Natsuki said to Monika that it was very special, and not even Monika knew what Natsuki was baking. Natsuki runs a few minutes late, however. When Natsuki finally arrives, Sayori opens the door for her, and she puts the cupcakes down on a nearby table. Natsuki calls these cupcakes her piece de la resistance. Okay, before I continue, just brace yourself for what you're about to hear. I promise I'm not going to make this up. This is not a joke. Natsuki pulls back the foil to reveal her cupcakes. They are made with love. Okay, you're not going to believe this. And black tar heroin. I know, it's, oh my god. Alright, anyways, the main concern around these cupcakes are they looked charred and there was no frosting on top. Anyways, Sayori decides to take a bite of one of the cupcakes. Almost immediately, she becomes really, really happy. Like Mr. Smiley from Presentable Liberty happy. Except she is actually that happy, not just faking it. Yuri decides that she wants to try it also. Same thing happens to Yuri. Yuri decides that she wants to try it also. Same thing happens to Yuri. She also eats the entire cupcake and the wrapper. Natsuki and Monika don't realize that something may be up with the cupcakes, just maybe, probably something. Monika says that they are acting stupid, but decides to try it anyways. Can you guess what happens? Time's up. The exact same thing happens for the third time in a row, and Natsuki decides to try a cupcake. Same thing happens, even though the same reaction happened 3 times after they ate a cupcake. Natsuki eats the cupcake. After a brief conversation on how good the cupcake was, they realize something is wrong. They can't move their faces. It's stuck in that position. Monica decides to ask what was in those cupcakes. And Natsuki says, and I quote, "Oh, you know, they're made with love." And black tar heroin, milk, eggs, my dad's job powder. Monica then says, what was that last one? Natsuki then replies with, "Oh, you know, that powder my dad puts up his nose when he's drunk so that he can keep his job. I think it was called Fenta something?" Now, Monica immediately knew that fentanyl was bad. Yuri decides to lie down and then dies, overdosing on fentanyl and black tar heroin. Natsuki immediately realized her mistake and realized that she just killed everybody. Natsuki then pukes bloody vomit everywhere before having the most metal death of all time. To quote the video again, her eyes roll into the back of her head as she falls to the ground, slipping on the gore-drenched puke and cracking her skull on a desk on the way down. That's not metal, I don't know what is. Anyway, Monica just falls face first into the ground, and she's dead. Sayori's the last one to go. Her final words are, "Oh no, the cupcake virus got me too. Goodbye, cruel world," and dramatically faints, looking like a cartoon character. Let's salute these 4 young ladies real quick, whose lives were tragically cut short because of heroin and fentanyl cupcakes.
You were good, son, real good. Maybe even the best. I'm sorry, mate.
That was unfortunate.
Dominated!
You are okay though, right, lad?
And then Sayori gets back up. That was fun! Not realizing that they were actually dead. Okay guys, you can stop playing now. Our friends are dead. She thinks it's just a joke at first, but they are dead. Hours go by. Wow, they really are dedicated to this joke, she says to herself. She tries to wake them. Wake up, please, why are you doing this? You're not really dead. You can't be dead, right? It was just a funny joke, right? But even after all her pleas, they never woke up. Sayori gives up. She goes home. There's only one thing she can do. One way to stop her misery. One way to join her friends again. The final solution. The only solution. It will be like a bee sting, she says to herself. And then I'll be with my friends again. Sayori then tightens the rope around her neck. Her final words are, "Don't worry guys, I'll be there real soon." She knocks over the chair. Except, that's not what happened. The rope broke. Even after presumably a good amount of time, she is not dead. No! She screams, "Why am I still here? This was supposed to work!" She yells, she sobs, for hours on end. Nobody can hear her screams. Not one soul but her own. After an undetermined amount of time, she returns to the clubroom. A once bustling room of laughter and joy, now only used as a reminder of that day. The school is falling apart.
Damn it!
Their bodies are still there, almost finished rotting away. Sayori still talks to them, just pretending that they can still hear her, but she knows that they can't. She knows that there is nothing we can do. She can't die. She will never be able to join them, even if that's all she wants to do. To quote the video, I'll never be with them. Sayori sits them in the clubroom for a very long time, staring off into space. An incredible amount of time passes. Buildings collapse from decay. Minutes become hours, become days, become weeks, become months, become years, become decades, become centuries, become millennia. After several millennia, evidence that the human race ever existed thins. Every day, less and less evidence can be found. Structures start crumbling. Eventually, everything that was once alive on this once bustling planet dies, and evidence that they also existed thins, until one day, it's all gone. Nothing but barren wasteland is there, except for one thing. The only evidence that could be found, that life could ever be found on Earth, was one thing and one thing only. The screams of a sad and lonely creature that once upon a time would answer to the name of Sayori. Eons pass, and the only sound that could be heard on Earth was her. The screams echo across the empty lands, heard by nothing. Eventually, not even her screams could be heard, as she had lost the ability to. For the rest of the planet's days, her tears became the rain. This continued for millennia. Thousands of years pass. Millions of years pass. Even billions of years pass. Eventually, though, our sun explodes. Earth was no more. The most spectacular fireworks show that anyone would ever see has already passed. The greatest fireworks show in the cosmos, in fact. And there was only one witness. To quote the video, an elegy for the universe, read to celebrate the end of time, of all things, all for an audience of one, a sad, deformed creature that was too far gone to appreciate the grand spectacle. There was nothing left. There was finally nothing left. Nothing but the endless void of space. And even then, the inevitable heat death of the universe is closing in every day. Sayori, though, was truly, completely, and utterly alone. And that became the only word her lips would form, even though there was no air to carry them. Alone. All alone. She formed these words over and over for an amount of time that no human mind could possibly comprehend. But, after everything, eons and eons pass, until finally, one day, as if God himself was starting to feel bad at this point, mercifully, Sayori, stop thinking. A teacher walks into the club room. She finds that every single one of them has died. To quote the video, looks like this new antidepressant formula is a bust. You don't say. I told you the human brain couldn't handle that much dopamine, but you didn't listen to me. Is gloating really necessary? You're just upset that I am correct. And the video finally ends. Actually, this part isn't a joke. Now do you see why I'm covering the bike? Have you already forgotten that the cupcakes had black tar heroin and fentanyl in them? Honestly, the ending with Sayori reminds me a little bit of the Stanley Parable. Specifically in the Ultra Deluxe version, in the skip button ending. If you don't know what this ending is, here's a summary. The narrator opens a vent for Stanley, so that way they can relive the memories of the Stanley Parable.
Psst! Stanley! Come over here! In the vent! I call it the memory zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want.
Stanley goes to a museum full of previous accomplishments.
You see, Stanley, doesn't the memory zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013, when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste. And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created.
Until all of a sudden, the narrator sees some bad reviews for the game.
Here. Oh no. Oh God, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor, that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them. Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley, I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy, honestly, you can. Oh goodness, this is actually quite shocking for me.
Written back in March of 2014, it reads, I get that it's supposed to be a parable of something, but listening to that patronizing voice droning on and on, it just isn't fun. You constantly have to stop doing anything just so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what is happening. I wish there was a skip button.
A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto.
The narrator is upset, but he wants nothing more than to make the reviewer happy. So he invites Stanley to a room with a skip button. He tells Stanley to press the button.
I'll pop you
and it skips ahead in time.
Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games. Of course, I happen to...
Stanley hits it again.
Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof, and it's all over. Oh, I can't wait to see what Cookie9 will say about this, and whether they'll edit the rating of their Steam review, or at least change some of the wording, perhaps. To be honest, I don't even know if one can change their review in the first place. I guess I should become better educated on exactly how Steam works. Perhaps that would...
And again.
Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has not by to it, and just... Wait, how do we get out of here?
And again.
Stanley, please don't push the button in this room, Stanley. I can't touch it, and I have...
Each time Stanley hits the button, he freezes for longer and longer.
Truly getting longer, and my God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley, the door is gone. It's completely gone, and I have...
And as Stanley presses the button, the narrator becomes more insane and delusional.
I want to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time. Just sitting here. Not a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's just how it's always been, right? But of course...
Until he's just not there anymore.
The end is never the end is never the end.
And eventually, he ends up in the exact same situation as Sayori did. No evidence of life, just him. And sand. Nothing more. It's existential, really. But unlike Sayori, Stanley resets back to the beginning, where he came in. He's stuck in a loop. No escape. Forced to relive the same day over and over. Sayori, however, can never go back. She's stuck. All that's left is her. And there's no way to change that. I don't know which reality would be worse, to be honest. The one where it just loops over and over again until the end of time? With no one ever in sight, and just the narrator. Or the one where you are truly and utterly alone. You can never go back. In both cases, you slowly lose your sanity. Really, it's a matter of which hell you would rather be stuck in. That was a lot to take in. So here's a time to go take a break. Do whatever else. Take your mind off the video for at least a few minutes. Grab a drink. Call your friends. Go outside. just do something productive. At least for a few minutes. We have a very limited time on this earth. Come back whenever you like. I'll be waiting here for you. Alright, this one is just sad. I guess I should just talk about it. So it starts out with the faint cries of somebody. Main character, or MC for short, is heading to class when he hears them. He decides to follow the source of the sound. He finds Sayori, crying. It seems like she has been crying for a while. MC talks to Sayori for a little bit. He hopes that he can cheer his friend up. And after some questioning, she determines that the source of her sorrow is because MC is with Yuri. MC in the video is Yuri's boyfriend. She tries to get out of the situation by saying, No, you guys are happy together. Nothing I could say would... Before she is interrupted by MC. He wants Sayori to tell him what's wrong, but first he suggests that Sayori and him go upstairs. She admits that she has feelings for MC, and still does. But there is nothing she can do to change it. Yuri is already MC's girlfriend. She should have confessed earlier, but she didn't. She's just glad that MC's happy. Feeling pain is what I deserve. This is whoever's up there laughing at me. I wish I could stop feeling anything at all. I wish I can stop feeling like this, Sayori says. MC tries to comfort her, but she says, You don't need me anymore. You found someone else that makes you happy. So what good is a worthless girl like me? Sayori says to MC, feeling like she is worthless, like nobody cares. She feels like all she is there for is to make others happy. And MC says to Sayori that he won't stop being friends with her unless that is what she truly wants. He admits that he also enjoys having her company. He tries to comfort her by saying, If I never met you, I would have never met Yuri, and I think my life would just suck in general. You're my closest friend, and if Yuri is the person that matters most to me, then you would be second place. MC tries to show his affection physically by running his fingers through her hair. Whatever you say, MC, she says. MC says that if she would like, she could hang out with him as friends. Sayori is surprised that MC isn't mad at her. Why would I be mad? I can't tell you how to feel. They then hug, and MC said that he needs to go to class. And Sayori should go to class too. And so Sayori departs when all of a sudden Yuri comes. Yuri is questioning why MC was being so close to Sayori, maybe even a little bit jealous of this attention that Sayori is getting, you might say. Yuri saw everything, and heard everything. Yuri asks MC, Is there something I need to know? MC just tries to dismiss her for right now because he needs to get to class, but Yuri won't accept it. That does not answer my question, Yuri says. After trying to get to class again, Yuri still won't accept it. What? You have time to run your fingers through her hair, but you don't have time to answer me? After Yuri asked if MC was fondling Sayori, MC says that just ask me later. Eventually, the school week was over. MC is doing homework when Yuri shows up at his front door. We learn that Yuri also has mental health issues. We need to talk about Sayori. They are quiet for a few moments after Yuri says this. I know you two have known each other for a very long time. MC is trying to figure out what Yuri is implying. Do you have a problem with us being friends, Yuri? Yuri gets defensive as soon as MC says this. Are you cheating on me? A brief silence fills the room. Excuse me? And Yuri tries to backtrack by saying that what she said sounded accusatory. I'm just gonna skip some parts, but basically Yuri and MC go back and forth talking about his relationship with Sayori. He never thought for a moment about dating Sayori, especially after dating Yuri. And he admits to Yuri that I kinda see her as my responsibility a little, maybe? Like, we're not in a relationship, but I still want to take care of her and make sure she's happy. After trying some more, he bluntly says to Yuri that she is being paranoid. And that is true. Yuri freaks out and she leaves MC's house. When she gets back to her house, she starts talking to herself, saying things like, "He's cheating on you. Why else would he say that? Why would he be so defensive? He's only with you because you're pretty. One accident and he'll be gone. No, you're being a bitch. He's not cheating on you. God, insecure much? What if you gain weight, fatty? Then he really won't want you. Fatty, 2x4, can't fit through the kitchen door. Have another chocolate bar, fatty."
Alright, fatty. Adopted fatty. Fatty, no parent.
"You're such a horrible person. Your personality is poison. He's going to leave you, and you deserve it. You should kill yourself. He doesn't want you, and nobody wants you. All you do is get on people's nerves because you can't be a normal person. You're being insane. You're pushing him away. She's charming and sweet. You're awkward and strange. He's only saying these things to make you feel better. But he said he was attracted to you. He wasn't lying. So at least you're good for that, right? Is that all you're good for?" Until she grabs a knife. It's inches away from her. She wants to end it. Just stab herself and die. But she manages to stop herself. But she needs to release her anger somehow. Somewhere. But how? Then Yuri gets an idea. She picks up her phone and texts somebody. She is delirious. MC wouldn't cheat on her. He wouldn't. But it's still an option. An option that she must close. A week later, Yuri's waiting on a bridge. She invited somebody. Sayori comes. Sayori notices that MC isn't there, but Yuri comes up with an excuse that he's sick. Yuri claims that she just wants to talk with Sayori. Sayori leans over an edge. "Well, this place is pretty high up. If one of us fell down from here, we'd probably be in pretty bad shape. And you wanted me to come out here so late, too. Considering how dark it's getting, I wonder if anyone would find a body down there." After some more talking, Sayori eventually asks Yuri, "Are you nice to MC? Are you taking good care of him?" Yuri is a little bit taken aback. She says that it's none of Sayori's business. Sayori admits that Yuri's right. "Yeah, you're right. He's his own person, and I guess he can just take care of himself. As long as he's happy. As long as you're happy." Sayori admits that it's hard for her to see MC with someone else, but that's okay. She is still second best, just like MC said. As long as everyone is happy, that's all that matters. Yuri realizes that Sayori is harmless. There is no way that she could separate Yuri and MC. "You're the one he loves, not me. It's not how I wanted things to go, but I still want to be friends with him. With you. Just because I want things a certain way does not mean I don't know how things actually are. I don't really care anyway. I don't care about anything at all. As long as everyone's happy, what is there to care about?" Yuri still doesn't fully trust Sayori, so she asks her, "Has he kissed you?" Sayori sadly admits to Yuri that she wouldn't reject the kiss, but she also knows that life is cruel. She would never get the kiss. Yuri asks her, "Have you ever tried to get him to love you?" And Sayori says, "No. What good would it do? I would just get in his way." Sayori has already given up. She knows that he will never fall in love with her romantically. So what can you do but accept reality? After leaning more on the railing on the bridge, she is almost falling over. One push could easily kill her. Sometimes I really do think that everyone would be better off without me. Maybe one of these days I should... But she gets cut off mid-second. Yuri quickly sprinted at Sayori and pushed her off the bridge, just for a second, while Sayori falls. She has a look that Yuri can't decipher. Was it fear? Betrayal? Or was it relief? Whatever it was too late. Yuri has killed Sayori. Yuri calls for help, saying she jumped off. But nobody came. Alright, I'm gonna pause it here real quick, because I need to talk about something. Suicide is a very real and dangerous thing. I may be a guy on the internet, but that's all I can say. But all I can say is, if you are having suicidal thoughts, please try your best to not act on them, even if it feels like nobody loves you. Nobody will miss you when you die. That just isn't true. I think Raymond Reddington says it best. That's every suicide. Every single one. An act of terror perpetrated against everyone who's ever known you. Everyone who's ever loved you. The people closest to you. The ones who cherish you. Are the ones who suffer the most pain. The most damage. I know me saying these words might not matter. After all, the YouTube algorithm isn't gonna push this to the right audience. I doubt that most of you are suicidal. But if you are, please, keep pushing. You made it this far already. Last another day. In the words of Jacksepticeye, suicide is a permanent solution to a temporary problem. So please, stay on this earth. Alright, back to this just depressing video. After Yuri pushes Sayori, MC is extremely upset about his loss. He lost a best friend to what he thinks is suicide. Yuri comes in and comforts him a little bit before leaving. MC presumably doesn't find out, but we aren't sure. Let's cover one more video. No. Nope, I'm not doing this. I am never doing this. I don't want to do this. Please don't make me do this. Please put down the gun. Before I cover Sayori gets smashed, please take a break. The next one is going to be more lighthearted compared to the last two, where it ended existentially or ended with nobody but Yuri winning in the end. But still, please. Take another break. Do something productive, for a few minutes at least. Just do anything besides this video. Watch this video. It's not going away anytime soon. Come back soon. I'll be back. My shop is always open for you. If you haven't seen my previous content, go back and watch a video or two if you like. If you have, well then do something else. Or don't. Just please do something else. You don't have to watch my content, just do whatever. I don't care what you do. Just please take a break. I'll see you soon. Do any of us really need this? Like, how do our lives benefit from talking about this? Could I please cover literally anything else? Please? I really don't want to do this. Fine. I'll cover it. But I'm not showing the video. I don't care. If you really want to watch this, I will have a link to it along with the rest of the video. I have covered, and the Bikes channel. Anyway. The video starts out with MC and Sayori walking home after a Friday school day. Sayori stops in front of a store, and we learn that Sayori is really hungry. After bargaining with MC to give her some money so she can buy some food, he gives in and tells Sayori to get him whatever. Just something to eat. And so Sayori goes inside. While MC is waiting, he spots a brown paper bag just sitting by the store. He picks it up and looks inside. And guess what he finds? That's right, a bottle of vodka. Now, instead of doing the responsible thing, which is to find the person that left it there, and if you can't, return it to the store, he instead decides to do the devious thing, and take the vodka home. When Sayori comes out of the convenience store, she brings him a chocolate bar and eats some pretzels. That's when Sayori notices the brown paper bag that MC is holding. Sayori is concerned that MC might have stolen it, but he uses the excuse that he never went inside. Sayori, after this, wants to see what's in the bag, but he says no. After promising to show her when they get home, she is fine with this for a few minutes, but curious on what MC is hiding. She's trying to sneak looks in the bag, but never is successful. After some time passes, they finally reach MC's house. Sayori is still trying to see what MC is hiding from her in that bag. MC quickly goes into his house though, so Sayori has to follow. Immediately upon entering the house, Sayori tries to grab the bag for MC, but he refuses to let her take it to see what's inside. Finally, after all this time, she gets a glimpse into the bag. Briefly, she sees a bottle. Sayori decides to take control of the situation, demanding that MC puts the bag on the counter. He knew that he had no choice now. "Put it on the counter, MC," she says. He finally gives in and takes the bottle out and puts it on the counter. Sayori is immediately concerned because they are underage and they have alcohol in their possession. MC tries telling Sayori to just relax, but she refuses because they aren't old enough to drink. And they have vodka with them. But also, she's concerned that they will become alcoholics before life even started. MC tells her to relax because he hasn't even opened the bottle yet. It says that because Sayori is here, he'll be fine. He's not drinking alone after all. Sayori asks MC, "Do you actually want to get drunk?" And MC replies, just saying that he's not sure. The most alcohol he drank was a sip or two, never more. Sayori, seemingly convinced by this, decides that it was a good idea to get drunk together, so that way they will know it's a bad idea. MC is confused on what Sayori's logic is here, because it makes no sense. Just don't try it, throw it out, give it back to the store. It's never too late, okay? Until you open it, of course. By then, you can't really give it back to the store. Maybe give it to someone. Throw it out. It doesn't matter. But anyway, Sayori just says exactly what MC said earlier. She was watching him. So it will be fine. And since he has to do this,
Does he don't?
you might as well do it with a friend. So Sayori decides to drink some vodka with MC and sees how much she hates it and then never try it again. And hints at wanting to do something together. And after convincing himself it wouldn't matter tomorrow because it is currently Friday and all he might have to do with tomorrow is homework, he decides that Sayori is right. They should drink some vodka. What's the worst that can happen, right? And Sayori decides that she's gonna try it. And so MC finds some small glasses to act as shot glasses. MC says to Sayori that she doesn't have to take a shot if she really doesn't want to. She insists on doing it though, and finally MC opens the lid. Sayori decides that she will take the first shot of vodka. And after a few moments, Sayori drinks a shot of vodka. Except she doesn't taste anything but a weird flavor of water. Like something about the taste is slightly off about water. Now, I have never had a shot of vodka. I have never tried it out. However, I don't think you would just feel like you were drinking water with a slightly weird taste. I think you could tell that it wasn't water, but something else. Maybe not specifically vodka, but I believe you could easily tell that something was off. I don't know. Like I said, I've never tried vodka. I don't know if I'm right about it or not. Anyways, MC also tries to taste it and agrees that it tastes like a weird water. Sayori then gets an idea. She asks for the apple juice that MC bought a few days ago for her. She pours it in the shot glass with her vodka, so it's a perfect 50-50 split. She mixes it up and drinks it. Sure enough, it tastes like an apple juice that is slightly off. Sayori afterwards does the same thing for MC. He drinks it and agrees. And so they have the ingenious idea to keep going, drinking this vodka apple juice combo. Hours pass and the sun is now going down, and eventually it completely does. The bottle of vodka is 1/4 full, and just by the text alone, you could tell that they are drunk. MC loses his balance trying to pick up the bottle of vodka off the floor, so Sayori picks up the bottle, but almost drops it in the process. And finally, Sayori decides that she's done drinking alcohol for tonight, and MC agrees that they have had enough for one night. Sayori says that MC is her best friend, and MC says Sayori is his best girlfriend. She doesn't like him calling her that though, because she feels like she can't live up to that title. Like she doesn't deserve it. As the saying goes, drunk words are sober thoughts. Sayori lets her depression get exposed a little bit with this one line, "I know, but it feels like I don't deserve it." what did I do to deserve love? Only thing I deserve is a ditch somewhere. After some more drunken dialogue and drunken touches, MC makes a comment about how beautiful Sayori is. After this, Sayori asks MC, "Oh MC, what is wrong with me?" Sayori tells MC to go to his bedroom before leaving. MC decides that this is his only option now. But he doesn't know what Sayori is planning. Sayori wants to be more than friends for just a night. Even if she thinks that she isn't a great person to have a relationship with, just for one night, she wants MC and her to be more than just friends. And it is revealed that apparently they have tried this before, and when they have, she gets hurt and starts crying. That's just sad. Even if these people aren't real, I can't help but feel bad. Anyway, Sayori is determined to do this, no matter how much it hurts her. All she cares about is that MC has fun, even if she doesn't at all. MC and Sayori talk a little bit more about this. MC doesn't want to hurt Sayori, and he will not pressure Sayori into anything. Sayori insists that tonight she wants to be more than friends though. Eventually MC caves in because Sayori took off her bra. And here's the part where I blur the screen. Nothing sexual can be seen in motion. But you can tell that by the text boxes that they're doing it. I'm not saying what happens in the bedroom. You can't make me. This screen is staying blurred. I don't care what happens. I don't care whatever happens. This screen is staying blurred. Wait, is that Monica? Let's unblur the screen for a moment to see what's happening. And nope, that was way more than enough. Well, I guess we won't ever know what Monica says, or what happens in that bedroom. All we know for sure is something is happening behind the wall of pixels. And then we go back after. Sayori thought it was amazing and seems to be in a trance because of how good it is. Good for Sayori, to be honest. I feel like the bike already bullied her a lot, especially in that first video, being stuck in space, unable to die. It's horrifying. Well, that was a roller coaster. The bike certainly has some questionable content, existential content, and murderous content. These videos are very weird, very strange, but I'm glad I found them, to be honest. And in the words of Lars from Norway, oh yeah, much better writing than Dan Solano. And while I wouldn't go that far, the bike does make some pretty good content. It can be funny, it can be existential, it can be a whole lot of different things at once. And I respect the bike for pushing boundaries on YouTube. Well, that's it. It's been quite a journey, hasn't it? If you like what you saw in this video, please head over to the Bikes channel. Again, link in the description and the pinned comment. And also head over to Spaghetto's channel. I probably won't cover DDLC again though, but we will just see. But right now, I've never covered DDLC, so if you like DDLC content, I'm not the supplier. And most likely I will never be the supplier again. But maybe. Anyways, that's all I have for now. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time. See you guys. Hey everyone. Just wanted to say before I ended the video, this seriously took me I've been working on this since February, and it's September 14th now. So it's been a long journey, and I really do appreciate you guys being patient. I'm sorry this one took so long. Next one shouldn't take that long. It should be out soon. Hopefully. It's not going to take as long as this one did. Definitely. I don't want to do that again, but yeah, I'm sorry that this one took so long, but now we're good. We got it out finally. So we're great. anyways, that's really all I wanted to say. Maybe I'll talk about it at a later point why it took so long and all that. But for right now, I'm just gonna roll the credits. Thank you everybody for watching. If you did enjoy, like, comment, and subscribe again. And I'll see you guys next time. Roll the credits.
Every day I imagine a future where I can be with you. In my hand is a pen that will write a poem of me and you. The ink flows down into a dark puddle. Just move your hand right the way into his heart. But in this world of infinite choices, what will it take just to find that special day? What will it take just to find that special day? Have I found everybody a fun assignment to do today? When you're here, everything that we do is fun for them anyway. When I can't even read my own feelings, what good are words when a smile says it all? And if this world won't write me an ending, what will it take just for me to have it all?